It's Talk Point once again on Lagos Television, and my name is Omololu Rosonwo. Today on Talk Point, we'll be looking at family values. We're looking at promoting family values and also using it as a yardstick for national development. Of course, we know that the development of any society is not possible without the family. It is the family that helps in shaping the society, and once the family is good, the society will get better. But once the family is bad, it has a negative multiplier effect on the society. So we're looking at family values this moment, and I have two gentlemen in the studio that will be doing justice to this with me. To my immediate right, I have Dr. Gbadebo Openiyi. He is the Vice Chairman of the Institute of Marriage Administrators and Counselors of Nigeria. Nice to have you on Talk Point.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting us.
Yes, I'm sure it's your first time here on Talk Point.
Of course, of course, of course.
Yes,
it's a pleasure.
Yes, nice having you. To my extreme right, I have somebody familiar with the tube and also the station. He is the president of the Institute of Marriage Administrators and Counselors of Nigeria, Dr. Temilade Oladele. Nice to have you again on Talk Point, sir.
Thank you very much, and Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. We've not seen this year.
This year, of course.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Thank you
Yes,
very much.
let me first ask by, let me start with Dr. Temilade. Let me ask you what your own definition of a family is. What's your own definition of a family?
Thank you very much. A family is a unit where we have the husband, the wife, the children, and by extension, some extended family coming together as a unit to form a pattern where a pattern of behavior is being established, and the behavior at the family level will eventually transcend to societal development. So family is a key factor, is a key unit of a society, and that is where life begins.
Okay, to Dr. Openiyi, what's your own definition? Who makes up a family? Is it different from what he has just said, or you're on the same page?
I'm on the same page with him, but I will come this way to add that family itself is a mold. No two families are the same, and so it has its uniqueness. It carries its own peculiarities, and that must be respected, and that is very much predicated on the values that individual partners, spouses, parents are bringing into the mold. Where they are coming from are different, it's a particular mold, but even when they are coming from that particular family and making their own family, it can't be similar to the family they are coming from. It must always be different and has its own peculiarities.
Okay, yes. Okay, I'm still going to come back to you, but let me go back to Dr. Oladele. What do you think are the roles families play in the development of a society? What are their responsibilities? Because we know that from the intro I talked about, without the family, the nation cannot be peaceful, cannot grow. So what roles do they play in ensuring that there is national development in a society or in a nation?
Thank you very much for that question. You see, it is from the family background that the role like love can be established. The role like respect for one another, respect for self, respect for others. Then honor is equally a role that is to be established from the family, because family is the primary foundation upon which a pattern of behavior could be established. And when from a family, how to honor self and one another is established, it will transcend to societal development. Equally, it is from the family that the habit of sharing with one another can commence. And when within the family sector, just like my partner said, that family is a model. If some model is established of how to share with self, with one another, with neighborhood, then there will be development. In fact, there will be no chaos. Then another role that is very, very crucial is the role of forgiveness. You see, that you have a feeling that at least nobody is an angel, A or B can offend one another, and where forgiveness is entrenched in a family, it will be very easy to make progress within themselves, and that progress also will translate to national development. Because a family that is strong, vibrant, formidable, will end up becoming a good policy maker when it comes to national level.
Yes, to Dr. Openiyi, family, what roles do you think the family play also in development when we look at the level at which things degenerate globally now and now trickling into Nigeria? What roles do you think families play, and what do you think are causes of some of this degeneration in the society?
Thank you very much. I would want us to view it this way. Family plays significant role in nation building, societal development. But I also want to remind us that I believe we've lost the essence of family building, many homes. And the reason is because we don't know why we're going to family life. If you understand what family life entails, you will know that there's an assignment for you to carry out as per bringing forth your home and family. Even God, who gave us the privilege of familyhood, let me put it that way, mandated us. Let me come from this angle of the scriptures. Say a child is born, a son is given to you. Your family is to birth a child, but God is not seeing you birthing a child. God is giving you producing a son. The son means a personality for the society. So every family has a responsibility. It's on them to produce personalities for the society. And many families have come to the family life setting failing to produce the right individuals. They just bring forth, and everybody just play as he or she deems fit or as he likes. Nobody is shaping, nobody is cautioning, nobody is curtailing, nobody is giving direction to those children as they grow. However, we need to understand the roles of family in nation building, and which is very important. Integrity is lost in playing our roles in the home. Respect, okay, it's been mentioned. Let me say service is lost. Even value of hard work is also being taken for granted now. Faithfulness is lost. And you discover that all these things are trickling down to the reason for which we're in where we are today. And so it's important for us to know that each family must come with intentional administration of proper values on their household, on their children. Now, one thing is that who you are determines what your children become. But sometimes it may not be perfect that way. Because sometimes you may have good parents, but don't intentionally parent their children. And they are turning out bad children. You begin to wonder, how come? It's because of negligence. And so I think when we come into family life intentionally, no matter how busy we may be, we will set out programs for which we can be able to mold our sons and daughters and be what they need to be. In addition, what examples are we giving to them? What influence are we making? You know, our children learn by what they see, but sometimes are we showing them the right thing?
Okay, let me come to Dr. Oladele here. Openiyi has mentioned some key factors, and that has to do with loss of values in hard work, faithfulness, negligence. I'm adding indiscipline, because some of these factors affect the society, either globally and even in Nigeria. Now, why is it that these factors, these negative factors, are not being addressed? Because these are some of the things that affect the society. When there are loss of values, morality is dropping and everything is dropping and nothing is being done. Now, how can we shape this? Let's put it that way.
Okay, if it is how to shape it, it means government also have to intervene. There have to be a kind of policy intervention whereby family-centered policies will be made. When family-centered policies are made, it means family will be incorporated into the activities of governance. Then, having done that, we should also, the government also should try as much as possible to allow, marriage counseling and education. You see, when you talk of marriage counseling and education, it is not enough to have children. It is not enough to enter into marriage. There must be rudiments, the culture of being a marital life. People just enter into marriage without really knowing what it entails. And as a result, they do all kinds of unprintable things. And the outcome of it is a societal menace. So it simply means that when you want to enter into marriage, you must be given proper education, proper knowledge, both the education of the head and the education of the heart. And having done that, then there must be a way that government also will come up with what we can call parental role that shows them as model, to the society and even from their home. Just like my colleague said, whatever you are as parents to your children is most likely to be what, the children will be said, like father, like like son.
Let me just quickly interject here. You have said governments have the role, various roles to play.
Yes.
All governments at all tiers, they have roles to play. But yes, I also agree with that. But what I'm looking at is also what the roles of organizations, the role of the family, of parents, what are their roles to further help the government to shape the system, because either we like it or not, these children, they stay more with their parents than the government. They don't stay with the government. The government all just brings up policies. What roles are your organizations and the parents put in place to address this?
Thank you very much. You see, it is not enough to say I'm a father or I'm a mother. It's a responsibility. So the moment you have become a family person, then it is now your responsibility to ensure that you take accountability of whatever happened within you. And it is the duty of the parents to ensure that they model, they shape the life of the children according to in compliance with the societal value. What is it that the society agree that are acceptable norms? It is the parent that will first of all make this known to the children. And while they are doing this, then they are helping, the larger society. It is, in fact, the family is the primary foundation upon which life are being built. Because from each home is where life of any child begins. And therefore, it is the duty of the family to ensure that life are being molded according to the acceptable norms of the society. Now, when we will say, okay, our own organization, and that's what we are preaching to the larger society, that please, if you want to enter into marriage, like I've said, I think I've mentioned it here too, it's not compulsory that everybody should marry. If you are not ready to take responsibility and what is involved in marriage, stay out of marriage. Because when you enter into marriage, you are producing, it's like you are producing a product that the society will make, will make use of. And when you produce children that are negatively trained, because you don't have attention, you don't give them the necessary cognitive and procedural approach upon which they can know better of the society, you now discover that they become menace, societal vices will come up. So some of the things we are facing today, they are majorly product of the family negligence, just like he mentioned. Are we having parents that are actually parenting the children? Are we actually having time? Instead of pursuit for wealth and all of these things, we don't give value to these children, but we prefer to give them material things. And these material things, they end up misusing them. Because what will help them to uphold the material things is the value they're able to get from the family. And what are these family? Just like you mentioned, part of this: integrity, honesty, sincerity, focus, hard work, dedication, and honoring one, empathy. So these are values that each parent from his or her family should inculcate into the life of the children. Like I think I mentioned here sometimes. In those days, in our time, if you are going out, maybe we were going for a football match, the elder of the family will say, don't spoil our family name. We say, if you come back with any problem, you will be in for it. Do we have that again today? I've seen a situation whereby a school child, a student, or a pupil will be scolded by the teacher, and the parent will go to that school and go and embarrass the teacher. And that parent is indirectly sending wrong signal to society, because that child will believe that is the right thing to do. And by the time you now place this child to a particular place in the society, and he begins to misbehave, or she begins to misbehave, we begin to wonder, where these things happen? It has started from the foundation. Your family is the foundation upon which a nation is built. So, summarizing this one, promoting family value is a strategic approach for nation building, whereby the family is seen as the primary foundation upon which societal, economic, and political progress or development can be made.
Okay, let me come to Dr. Openiyi here. I want us to tackle or proffer solution to some of this. Now, if you look at the society, there seems to be a high moral decadence.
Serious.
Yes, and it is creeping in and it's affecting globally, and it's also trickling down to Nigeria, maybe because of the embracing of the Western culture and things like that. Now, how can we control this? Looking at, most times February, there's always, Valentine, showing love. Right? Some would prefer, some will get spoiled during that period. Some will get battered. Some people will a whole lot of things happen that leads to degeneration. How can we curb this?
Thank you very much, sir. Curbing this, I want to come from this angle. Number one, I think it's all inclusive. The governments, the parents, or the family itself, organizations, institutions, individuals, inclusive of the children. Now, how do we do that? I think government should strengthen or facilitate an atmosphere where independent organizations like this institute and other similar organizations will be able to have access to all departments and agencies of society, and then be able to educate them and enlighten them on vital values that will facilitate proper upbringing, moral standing, and good societal living or lifestyles. Those things can be done where we open up our institutions, inclusive of offices and workplaces, to be able to be reached to with vital information that will help them to be better human beings, better parents, better individuals. I had nursed something over years that thinking and hoping that the government at a point in time, with the influence of Marriage Institute and the likes, will be able to come up with a policy or a law that every organization will be able to accommodate teachings or seminars or workshops on family life at least twice in a year in their various organizations. And this will go a long way to affect and to influence what happens. Then secondly, today, I've discovered that many children are parenting their parents instead of parents parenting the children. Some parents are not bold enough to caution their children. Some parents are afraid of what will happen. Like my president earlier mentioned, you find the situation where parents themselves are also pushing their children into corrupt programs, practices and all that. Imagine a mother celebrating Yahoo, whatever, for the son and the likes. And it tells us that a lot of things are wrong. Then in addition to that, we discover that it's a parent that really has value, that has real, true moral value, that be able to impact the child with the same. You can't be a good man and your child is behaving wrongly. You will fight it. You will resist. If it takes somebody else, an external person, intervening to put that child right, you will be ready for it. But a parent who is condoning such a thing will be covering up until it becomes a shame or a disgrace or whatever. So all of us must put our hands on deck to address this. Then families too must go to work intentionally to ensure that they are producing the right kind of individuals. We should realize that these are our tomorrow. And if your children are not right, they are not as good as you or better than you, then you don't have a true tomorrow, a true future. I pray we'll be able to see it right. And I pray God will help us.
Yes, as we round up now, you said parenting the parents is one thing that keeps reverberating as you mentioned it. Now, shouldn't the parents parent the children rather than the parents, the children parenting the parents? No, what's the way out of it, Dr. Temilade?
Well, when children are parenting the parents, it is in stages. At the age of, before a child becomes an adult, must be under the upholstery of the tutelage of the parents. So, but after the child have advanced, now become a parent too, can now begin to help the parent. You know, now the system can now change, that it is now parenting the parent. But at the initial age, from age day one to the age of getting to adulthood, should be totally under the, tutelage of the parent.
Okay. Yes, I'm afraid time is no longer on our side. We'll have loved to continue this, but I'm hoping that we'll still have opportunity, because these are some of the things that we at Lagos Television stand for. We want to build a virile society. We want to build a society that morality is key, value system is key, so that the society can get better. I want to thank you, gentlemen. To my immediate right, I want to thank you, Dr. Openiyi, for being part of Talk Point.
Thank you very much.
I also want to, yes, thank you for coming. I also want to thank you, Dr. Temilade, Oladele, for also being part of Talk Point.
Thank you. God bless you.
Yes, on that note, we have come to the end of Talk Point. 767 and 112 are still the lines always call in times of emergency. Ensure that you contribute your own quota to the development of Nigeria, because that is key to having a better society. My name is Oladele, signing out.